Hey friends, Terry here. I've got Domino over to the side, so Terry and Domino are here. You may have been missing Jersey in my videos this week because she went home early this weekend. So she was here Thursday and Friday and part of Saturday. Then she went home. So she went home early. She usually goes home on Sunday and sometimes not even till Monday because my daughter will pick her up Monday when she stops to let Domino out while I'm at work. But what I got going on, guys, are my SCENTSY empties. It is after work. I don't have a whole bunch of time, but I thought I can knock this out and get this done. I've got 13, looks like 13 bars here. So if you're interested in hearing about my SCENTSY empties, stay tuned. Alright guys, let's just jump right into it. Apple Spice Season. This was part of the Harvest Collection, I believe, last year in the Fall Winter catalog. And this year, they brought it to the regular catalog, so you can get it anytime you want, up until the Fall Winter catalog retires. This is notes of apple, pumpkin, and sparkling spices. Yeah, this was a favorite of mine as part of that Harvest Collection last year. I clubbed it because I didn't want to lose it. But now it's back, so I don't have to worry until the end of the season, like I said, where I will club it again. This is just like your classic pumpkin apple scent with a little bit of a spice vibe. It does kind of give you that juice vibe. I don't know, maybe sparkling in a sense, but more like a sparkling apple juice rather than like a cider. Doesn't really have that tangy, sour cider note. But it's really nice. And it's a decent performer. I enjoy this bar. I have a few in my collection. And like I said, at the end of the season, I will club this again because I don't want to take any chances that it won't come back. Although, a lot of us are kind of thinking maybe SCENTSY will retire Cider Mill and have this in place of it. But right now, both are in the catalog. Buckleberry. I have heard about this bar, but never had it. It showed up in a clearance sale recently, and I purchased 4 bars of it. Love the packaging. The packaging shows strawberries, maybe grapes. I'm not sure what that is. And it almost looks like blueberries. Kind of looks like blueberries. I'm not really sure. Definitely strawberries. Anyway, the notes are berries, so it doesn't tell you what kind, and crumbly coffee cake. I have this in my kitchen right now. It's actually probably the 3rd night that I turned my warmers on with this in it. That's a pretty good performing bar. It was a little bit juicy. Not too bad. Not too bad. This is very strong on the berries. And again, I don't know which berries are in here. It's showing a picture of strawberries. I would say that's accurate. Those are in here. But you can definitely tell there's more. Actually, it may be blackberries that's showing on this. Because it kind of looks like grapes. So I'm wondering if it's blackberries. And something that looks like blueberries. So, I don't know. Take that for what you will. It's definitely very berry heavy. I don't get a ton of bakery in this. I think I watched some other videos and people talk about they get the crumb cake. Or the coffee cake, I should say. I get a bit of a bakery note, but this is very berry forward. I like it. I enjoy it. It's like I said, it's doing well in my kitchen. It's not a super duper powerhouse or anything, but I will definitely make use of the other 3 bars that I purchased, and I'll be happy about it. So that's Buckleberry. Cashmere Leaves. This one, I got a little cube left that I'm going to take to work. You know what that usually means, although in this case, it doesn't mean anything. Not after I warmed it, because I was contemplating on whether or not I was going to remove this from my club. And after warming it, I decided I'm not. So I really didn't need to put this cube aside because that's what I do sometimes when I'm contemplating removing a bar from my club. I will take that cube to my office and do a scent warm in there because my office just really, really pulls scent. Like, oh man, everything throws in there. So I will take it there and get a really good read on it before I decide to pull it from my club. So that's why I put this cube aside, but I'm not pulling it. Yeah, it did so well in my bedroom. There's just no way. Falling Leaves, Crisp Apple, and Cashmere Spice. This is just outdoorsy fall at its best. You get the apple, you get the spice. I don't really think this leans body care. I'm not exactly sure what cashmere spice is supposed to be. I do feel like there's a touch of a cashmere note in this, but it doesn't really lean body care. It leans more outdoorsy to me, I think, from that Falling Leaves note. And the apple is quite strong in this. I really adore this scent. It performed very well for me. I think reviews have been hit or miss on this as to its performance, but you know, my large bedroom, vaulted ceilings, it did really well. And it lasted a long time. And every time I went in my bedroom, I was like, oh my gosh, it just smells so pretty, so fall-like, and it's staying. I'm keeping it. Cranberry Orange Cider, another bar that popped up in clearance, and I grabbed a couple. This is tart orange, cranberry, apple, and cinnamon sticks. I love scents like this. I like those dark fall fruits with the spices. Quintessential fall, kind of mulled, simmering on the stove. Yeah. This one has a little bit of a sweetness about it too that maybe is coming from the orange, I'm thinking. It does say tart orange, but I think it is a bit of a tart orange, but it also is a bit of a sweet orange. And it kind of almost has like that blood orange vibe where it's just a tad bit bitter, but in a good way. You get the apple and you get the cranberry. This is just, oh man, this is just very nice. It almost smells like there's a little bit of pomegranate in there, but there's nothing in the notes about pomegranate. But I kind of almost get that. It's not overly spicy. It's more like your mulled spice. This was nice. I'll enjoy the second bar. It's not anything that I would feel like I have to club, but at the same time, SCENTSY kind of releases similar scents to this often. So I always feel like there's a good mulled spice scent to be had. A fruity mulled spice. Fried ice cream. Another, I believe, clearance or sale markdown. I'm not sure which. This is vanilla, nutty, cinnamon, and caramel. So this one reminds me a little bit of Churro Churro, but it's a better performer. And Churro Churro has more of that baked dough note than this does, whereas this kind of has that creaminess going for it, but it also has the same kind of spices that Churro Churro has. Churro Churro is also a little bit more sweeter, I think, on the cinnamon, whereas this is a little bit more spicier on the cinnamon. It is a little bit nutty. I enjoyed this. It was, like I said, a better performer than Churro Churro. I have Churro Churro in my club, and I am debating on removing it. So, I don't know, guys. Comment below. Let me know, what do you think about me removing Churro Churro? It doesn't do the greatest in my bedroom. It certainly doesn't do great in my open space. It does phenomenal in my office, but do I want a whole bar that will take me forever to use in my office because I only need to use one cube? I don't know. I don't know that I need to keep it. There is so much good bakery that SCENTSY has been bringing us this season, which is like, we've been waiting for it. And I'm just thinking that Churro Churro, maybe it's time to replace it. But let me know in the comments below what you're thinking. But this fried ice cream was enjoyable. I did pick up 2 bars, so I have another one to enjoy that I'll probably put away for next fall season, or maybe I'll get to it in the winter. But that was enjoyable. Just like I said, I just prefer the actual scent of Churro Churro better, but this was the better performer. Frights Delights. So I was watching Robin's video before I picked up this bar, and I wasn't feeling real good about this bar because she had very, very light performance on this bar, which kind of made me sad. But then I thought, let me go ahead and try it because it has a maple note in it, and I am not always a fan of maple, especially if it's super duper maple. So maybe it'll be toned down. Let me try it. This is the September scent of the month, by the way. So this will be available for a little bit longer, probably another 2 months if I had to guess. I think they tend to stick around for 4 months. So I think we'll see it another couple of months. It'll probably go away at the end of December. This has caramel woods, golden rum, and maple syrup. I had the complete opposite experience. This was a banger for me. Very strong, very much a bakery scent, decadent and rich and syrupy. I don't really get a woods note, so I'm not sure what caramel woods is all about. Caramel, I would say yes, but woods, I don't get that. And I don't really get a boozy note. So that rum is really blended in there very well, and it's mixing so well with the caramel and the maple. But I love this. This is bakery, like gourmand. Performed great for me. It performed great wherever I warmed it, and I did my last cube in my office, and oh my God. Not only did it perform great in my office, because, you know, almost everything does, it lingered. It lingered for a long time. So the first day I warmed it, I turned it off. And couldn't tell I turned it off. You can still smell it very strong. And if you watch my videos, you know that I tend to turn my scents off. I do them in the morning. I turn them off before other people arrive because I tend to be the first one at work in the morning. I turn it off before other people arrive. And so that allows the scent to kind of dissipate, and then, you know, no one else is bothered by it. It wasn't dissipating. No, this scent lasted in my office most of the day. So you could still smell it sitting in the warmer. Okay, that's pretty amazing. But okay, the wax is still sitting in my warmer. Not typical results, but it is still sitting there. So today, after the weekend, I went into work, I turned my warmers back on and decided to finish it up. Oh, it was so amazingly delicious again. This time when I turned it off, I took a cotton ball to my warmer, I cleaned it out, I took a tissue, cleaned out the warmer. The warmer was clean to the gills. I again kept smelling this until well into mid-afternoon. I could still smell it. I don't know why it is that, you know, I mean, I get it. Our home layouts are different. But if anything, I feel like a lot of people have better performance than I do because of the way my home is laid out. I have about a 2,200 square foot townhome with 3 levels. My main level is my middle section. So I have 2 open-ended staircases. One is a little bit less open, but the one in front of me is very large, that leads to my downstairs. So scents can get lost over there. Interestingly enough, they don't seem to float downstairs because I don't get much when I walk downstairs. If they float up. That doesn't happen too often because of the way that staircase is arranged and because the way my kitchen is. You know, my kitchen is a little bit of a scent miser. Like, it doesn't want to throw scents often. And I don't know why, because it's really no different, that area, than the area I'm sitting in, which is 2 rooms, and my kitchen's just 1. So, I don't know. But sometimes scents float up. But anyway, all that to say, I feel like sometimes I can't get scents like SCENTSY to do as well for me because of the layout and how this is, especially with the stairs. But I was loving the performance on this. So, your mileage may vary, but it might be worth a try if you think that sounds up your alley. Keep in mind, I don't really love maple, but I enjoy this a lot. At the same time, I could see people thinking that this was cloying. So proceed at your own risk, but I really enjoyed it. Next up is Frosted Marshmallow. This is my daughter. She just texted me. Let me see where I got to read it to you because I think that too. Why do our bosses always think we want to hang out with our coworkers after work? I often ask that too. I know some of you guys like to hang out with your coworkers after work, but when I leave work, I'm on my own time. And I don't want to hang out with the boss. I don't want to hang out with my coworkers. I want to either hang out with myself as an introvert, or hang out with my dog, or maybe my daughter, or, you know, somebody I want to hang out with. But work, the people at work, ain't it. Comment below. How do you feel about that? Anyway, Frosted Marshmallow. This was one of the new bars to the fall winter catalog. So we have to do an escape room on We have to do an escape room as a team bonding event. That could be interesting. Okay, so scent notes in this are marshmallow, buttercream frosting, and a pinch of sparkling cinnamon. A lot of people are comparing this bar to cinnamon buttercream. And I agree, there are definitely similarities. I mean, reading the scent notes, you can tell that. This is very marshmallow and buttercream forward. So you get a lot of that with just a touch of the cinnamon. I don't think it's overly spicy. But then again, keep in mind, I love cinnamon. So what I may think is a little bit of cinnamon, you may think is too much. But I think it's just a touch. I like it. It's kind of like a buttercream frosting. You've stirred in marshmallows, maybe some Cool Whip. You stirred all that together. Stirred, mix it all together, and then topped it with some cinnamon. And it's just, it's kind of nice. I will say it was a decent performer for a marshmallow scent. I don't know that I 100% love it yet. I did pick up another bar so I can get another read on it and see what I think. I don't know if this is going to go into the club, but maybe. I'm not a huge fan of cinnamon buttercream, which is interesting because when I first warmed cinnamon buttercream, I loved it. It's totally my vibe. But something about that bar changes to my nose. I haven't heard anyone else say it, but to my nose, something goes rogue in that bar when it sits. And I do not love how it smells after it's been sitting for a while. I will say I like this better. So that's frosted marshmallow. Okay, guys. It was my birthday this past week. So what do people like to melt from SCENTSY when that time comes? This is happy birthday. Sugar, whipped cream, and vanilla extract. So this bar is so interesting because like half of the population that loves SCENTSY gets funfetti cake when they smell this, and the other half gets marble cake when they smell this. In the beginning, when I started enjoying this, I was on the funfetti side. The more and more I warmed it, I started to lean over to the marble side. And I was like, this totally smells like marble cake. I swear to God, this warm, I'm back on the funfetti side. What is wrong with me? It smells like funfetti cake. I don't know. Is there anyone else out there that it just kind of goes back and forth for? I don't think so. I think I'm weird, but it's very enjoyable. It's not overly strong, but as long as you keep it contained to one room, it did okay in my bedroom, vaulted ceilings. It did fine, but I did have to use the whole bar. But I really like this scent. So it is in my club, and I like to warm it when it's my birthday or someone else's birthday. So that's happy birthday. Let me know in the comments below. Are you a funfetti cake person when you smell happy birthday, or do you smell marble cake? Okay, guys, Hemingway. This is up for club debate. This is one that I have in my club. I truly love this bar, but I got to make decisions. And I thought that Cashmere Leaves was going to leave, but it performed really well for me, and so I'm keeping it. This bar did not perform as well, and so it's kind of on a chopping block, even though I love the scent. So this is rich apples, sandalwood, cedar, and hints of spice. I don't always love SCENTSY sandalwood, but it is perfection in this bar. Very smooth and woodsy, creamy. You get the apple. The apple mixes in with those woody notes and kind of gives this just a touch of masculinity, but in the best way. The spice mixes in with the apple so well. It is truly a beautiful, earthy scent. I love it. But like I said, it didn't perform the greatest for me. I did get this from a D-stash. It is from 2 years ago. So maybe that was part of the reason. But I could smell it. It just wasn't very strong. I think I have another bar that I got in a club shipment. So I will probably warm it one more time before I make a final decision. But in the comments below, let me know what you think of Hemingway and me possibly cutting it. That's Hemingway. This bar, I have a love-hate relationship with this bar. This is Hocus Pocus Perfectly Wicked, the Sanderson sisters. This is, of course, a Disney bar. It's licensed, so it costs a little bit more, but it is in my club because I really love the scent. So we have blackberry, black plum, cherry, and spiced vanilla. Now, I have never smelled the perfume, but as I understand it, this is a dupe, or it smells like, Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. If that's what that perfume smells like, or if this is what that perfume smells like, that perfume must smell amazing. This is beautiful. I love the cherry note in this. And I get those dark fruits. I get the blackberry. I get the black plum. The spice of vanilla is a little interesting to me because I don't really pick up vanilla. But I do get a little bit of a spiciness. But kind of in a resinous way. Like, it's not an overly obvious spice, but it's like one of those perfume scents where there's some spice in there, if that makes any kind of sense. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it is a kick-ass performer. So strong, so good, goes on and on. I love this bar. That said, this bar, oh my God, what it does to your warmers is just absolutely annoying. Like, it just cakes into your warmers. And it is such a freaking mess to clean your warmers after that warm is over. So I am trying to think, is this worth me dealing with the cleaning the warmer situation like that? I don't know, because I find it really annoying. I mean, there are worse things in the world, right? But I love the scent. That said, I also am really loving that new bar that's in the fall winter catalog called Old Fashioned Evening. It's not the same scent, but it's similar, and maybe similar enough that I could kick this one out, put that one in at the end of the catalog season. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts below. I really do love this scent. And it is a great performer. And maybe I could... Do I have those little... Yeah, I got those little metal things here somewhere that I've been bitching about. Those little metal... what are they called? Tart pans that people swear by and I'm not having great luck with. Maybe I could just toss in them. And then I could just pop it out. It might be worth it. I don't know. But man, when I cleaned out my warmers the other day, I was pissy. I was like, this is crap. Like, caked in. Like, you've got to use some elbow grease to get this out of your warmers. It ain't fun. It ain't fun. But I love the scent. So, Hocus Pocus, Perfectly Wicked, Sanderson Sisters. Let me know your thoughts. Perfect Pumpkin Pear. I am all in to my pumpkin feels this month. I do pumpkin every month of fall. Like, I do it in September. I do it in October. I will carry it into November. I know some people are like strictly apple in September. Strictly pumpkin in October. Nope. I do apple and pumpkin September, October, November. I love those scents so much. There is no way I'm not enjoying the heck out of them for 3 months. No way. All right, so we have fresh pumpkin, golden pears, breeze drifting cloves, whatever that means, and sandalwood. Yeah, this one was just okay. I did this up in my bedroom. It wasn't super strong. What I got from it was more pear than anything. In the clam, I definitely smell the sandalwood. I don't really get clove. A little bit of pumpkin, but not much. I mostly get like this syrupy pear and a little bit of that sandalwood, but it was just okay. I don't know if do I have more of this? I have 2 bars, so I have 1 more. It was okay. I don't know. Maybe I'll de-stash a second bar. I mean, it wasn't bad. It's not like I took it out of the warmers or anything. It just wasn't like anything magnificent. But then again, I don't overly love pear scents. Although, I do like them better when they're mixed in with like a tea note or like spice. And this supposedly has spice. I just didn't get the spice. Yeah, I don't smell spice. Perfect Pumpkin Pear. So this one wins for the cutest packaging in this round of empties. This is Peanuts, Snoopy's Autumn Adventure. I love the packaging. I was secretly hoping that I would love this scent so much so I could put this in club, because of the packaging. So cute. And I am a girl that loves Halloween. So we have warm spice, brown sugar, and vanilla. I know that there was a chance that I may not love this because of the brown sugar note. It's okay. It was a good performer. I definitely get the brown sugar the strongest. So you gotta like brown sugar. I'm, on the fence about it sometimes. I do get a vanilla, and I do get a sweetness about it. So it's got to be coming from the brown sugar. A little bit of spice. And it almost smells like it has a little bit of pumpkin in there, even though pumpkin is not in the notes. It's nice, and it performs decent. But I don't know. It's just not, like, special enough, I think, to club it. So I don't think I'm going to. But, oh, my gosh, I wanted to club it because of packaging. But like I said, SCENTSY is upping their game with the bakery this season. So there's too many other bakery bars that I'm going to pop into my club. So this one's not going to make the cut. But I enjoyed it. I just didn't overly love it. Not enough to make it a club bar. So that is Peanuts, Snoopy's On Adventure. But like I said, it was a decent performer. And if you like brown sugar, I think you'll like this. Last bar, this bar is a little bit polarizing to Miss Terry. This is warm vanilla, a sip of bourbon, and a hint of nutmeg. I really don't want to smell this bar on cold. Because what I get from this bar on cold and what I get from this bar on warm are two very different stories. And this one is juicy. I got this from a D-stash, and it's a little melty. Yeah. I don't know what it is about this bar on cold, but I get steamed crab water. I know. No one else has said that. So I don't know what goes on in my nose. But I'm happy to say on warm, and I don't know why I was brave enough to warm it, but I did. And this is not the first time, so this is actually a second that I actually went after on purpose because I enjoyed it. On warm, I get like this heavenly nutmeggy vanilla. Like, it's so nice. So nice. I don't get really a ton of bourbon. It is literally a sip, if that. It does say hint of nutmeg, but I get quite a bit of nutmeg. It's like a nutmeggy vanilla. That's what I get. And I actually enjoy it. This bar did not perform the greatest for me, but it did when I picked up a bar directly from SCENTSY. So it may have been the storage of this one. I do have one more from that same D-stash. It may have just been because it was kind of leaky. I don't know. But this one's in my club. I just don't like the smell of it on cold. So take that for what you will. I do feel like a lot of people do enjoy this one. But I get a nutmeggy vanilla on warm. And I enjoy it. It's a good one. Vanilla bourbon. All right, let's see. What would my favorites be? Oh my gosh, there's so many though. I mean, there's a lot of them I like here, a lot. But let me try to narrow it down to two favorites. I did 13 bars. Let's try to narrow it down to two. Oh my gosh, there's so many good ones. I really liked everything I warmed. I mean, the pumpkin pear scent wasn't that special, but everything else is quite nice. If I had to pick favorites, an old favorite, kind of old, not too old, would be the Hocus Pocus bar. And the new favorite is Frights Delights. Oh my God, this is delicious. And the staying power. I hope if you try this bar, you have more of my experience than you did Robin's. But there's always a chance that you may have hers. But man, so good, so strong, and so long lasting. Both of these are great performers. So love them, love them. Again, let me know what you think about me removing that from club. Not because you don't like the scent. Think about how it is for the cleanup time. So let me know your thoughts. If you love the scent, what do you think about that cleanup after you've warmed the bar? Let me know. I mean, I use rubbing alcohol, so it comes right out. It's just, it's still a little elbowing. Still a little bit of work. More so than I've ever had to do in my warmers, but I'm hearing sirens. I don't know what is going on the last few days. I don't know if maybe they have stationed a new firehouse or something around here. Because I never hear sirens where I live. Like, never. And the past week, I've heard them on 3 different occasions. I do live near a major road that there are often accidents on. So it's not unusual, but I never notice it. And like, they're coming from a different direction, I think is why I'm noticing it. So I don't know. But you may have picked that up in the background. It's just surprising to me because I don't usually hear sirens. And I've lived here for 11 years, so interesting. Anyway, guys, that'll do it for my SCENTSY Empties. Let me know what you've been warming as far as SCENTSY this week. Let me know what you've been enjoying. Let me know your favorites. And have you been picking up any of the new bars? There's been new bars being thrown at us right and left. There's the holiday bars. There's the bricks, the holiday bricks. They've been throwing out bars as part of these special collections. There's been a gingerbread collection. Today they released the All Is Calm collection. There was a new bar as part of that, which I did order. I also ordered the Swan Warmer, which I did not need, but I ordered it. We'll see how it does. We'll see. I did reach out to SCENTSY reps and found out that it was a 9 watt. So my Flamingo Warmer, which it most reminds me of as far as, you know, how it's made and its kind of shape and everything, is an 8 watt. And in the beginning, that warmer was pretty decent, but the last few times I've used it, it hasn't been warming as well. I'm definitely getting the edges where the wax doesn't melt all the way, and that is the 8 watt. So it's only a bump up. But at the same time, I've had some 9 watt warmers, like I'm pretty sure the Harvest Bounty Pumpkin is 9 watts. Or is it 10? I think it's 9. And that one is doing really well for me. So I don't know what the secret is. Sometimes they do well and sometimes they don't. But I did order it, so I will have that to share when it arrives. And I threw that bar in with that. I need to place a club order, like a one and done club, and throw in the brick bars, which I meant to do a week ago and still haven't done it. Yeah, let me know in the comments below if you've been picking up the new bars and what you've been thinking of them. Guys, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great evening. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Bye-bye.